but I thought you guys would want to be here for this. Me and Kat to for real nerd out. What we're discussing is the exact layout and protocols for our study in Tampa with this incredible organization, ASPI. I know it's all theories at this point. I'm more on the anecdotal side. So I'm more kind of master theorist, I guess, at the end of the day, and have just seen so many things that correlate. And because I wasn't classically trained in research, I have a real open mind about it. Our studies, I'm just going to show you a little piece of the paper. We are going to basically go down and blast the crap out of 35 people, right? 35?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think 35 is our magic number to do a double-blind study. To not only for FCC regulation, but also for medical journal, right?
Right.
To be able to publish and say it unequivocally.
I've been blasting for about a year, so I'm kind of like an OG as far as the Facebook group. I really just wanted to do the study because I felt like I needed extra guidance. So I sent in my submission and waited and held my breath, and I got the response, and I was just completely thrilled that I could be part of this.
So we are testing so many things in the blood over the first 7 days. You know, like one of the things that comes up on the page all the time is the detox, you know, and the question is, what are we actually detoxing? You know, we can theorize. I know for me, I've had everything from, you know, people who have, early on, we had a girl who literally went out drinking the night before and she fasciablasted and she full on passed out, you know, to we've had, you know, vomiting, which is way on the severe side of detoxing.
I would say that when we see what comes into the blood out of the body, it's going to lead to more questions. It's going to say, okay, so we found these things. Did you show them like this list or this list?
Yeah, let's just go over it. Let's educate the guys. Just so y'all know, it's pretty high level stuff. We're always getting feedback from you, and one of the things that is a regular topic of conversation both on the page and in the inbox is hormones. So let me just say this, you know, there's so many factors for hormones. Just to give you my own personal story with hormones is that I'm 45 now, so I'm probably perimenopausal. I used to work out very consistently, extremely clean diet, you know, really consistent. And when the fascia blaster went into hyperdrive, my lifestyle's changed quite a bit in terms of the amount of travel that I'm doing and, you know, being in a hotel where I don't have my prepared meals and everything like that. So around October, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do what I know. I'm going to hop on the Get F diet, which has always worked for me. But I did the same thing that I had always done to lean out, and my body just was not responding. So I went and had my hormones tested, and they were all over the board, okay? And I've been fasciablasting for almost a decade now, so it definitely was unrelated to that. So I just want to say, you know, if you're getting older and you're having hormone symptoms, definitely you want to get your hormones checked, because I actually started taking hormones. I just want to say that there's a million other things that can influence hormones besides the fascia blaster, but what we wanted to test was what was happening with the hormones during a very controlled amount of time with a very specific set protocol. But what I want to say to you is that the main thing we wanted to make sure was that we weren't having any spiking in hormone, or, you know, we know that women have started up their periods again, and we still don't have a great answer for that. But what we saw was like steady, good changes with the hormones over that 90 period. So you might actually be experiencing good things with your hormones. So the other point that I really want to make is that no doctor knows about these results because we haven't publish them. We're not going to right now. We don't even have it in the stratosphere. What we wanted to know for ourselves is, were we doing something that was safe and effective? And hormones was just one of the things that we measured. We did rule that out, that it is safe and effective for your hormones. Very exciting news. This means, you guys, that the changes that you're experiencing in hormone are similar to if you were to get on an awesome diet and exercise program. So I'm going to just go on a limb and say I'm going to call the changes in hormones within normal parameters, easily metabolized, but I'm going to call them reverse aging. The one thing that we don't know is kind of how much anti-aging happens after the 90 days. And we also didn't study an older, age group. But I definitely do notice that when I blast, like a really good blast, sometimes I have spotting right away.
Tina says, mine have leveled out and I don't have hormone fluctuations anymore.
This is so great. Where have you guys been? All I hear about is my period started, and what is this, and I think my estrogen is up, and what about the estrogen in the fat cells? Thank you, my ladies, for coming out of the woodworks with your good results of hormones, because let me tell you, science doesn't lie, and what we saw was good results with hormones. Period, the end. So the other point that I really want to make is that no doctor knows about these results